As we've been learning in our studies, one of God's judgments to come in the last days is that the spiritual sins of the wicked will manifest on them physically. We've been talking about this for years on this channel. We see this on your screen in the Wisdom of Solomon. And, specifically in the book of Hosea, we see this. And God's purpose for this is to bring people to repentance. As we read in the book of Hosea, they know not that it's God that gave them their grain and their wine and all the things that they take for granted. So he's going to take it back to bring it to repentance. So the spiritual sins that the wicked commit will manifest on them physically. So all of us are familiar with Romans 3:13. Their throat is an open scepter, and their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of asps is under their lips. This is what the wicked do. Especially here on YouTube, we see these sins rampantly. We read this all throughout the Psalms. The serpent who has a forked tongue, truth mixed with lies, meant as poisonous darts in the heart. This is rampant on YouTube. But the thing is, there's a flip side to this scripture, is that this will manifest on the wicked in the last days, on them physically. So I want to draw your attention to James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. Okay, so meditate on that for a minute. But it's really interesting when we look up the meaning of the word rust. It is not rust, that the corrosion of metal that we're more used to. The definition is the poison of animals, specifically the poison of asps. So amazingly, a very rare text, the sealed book of Enoch, ties this all together. This will be a plague that will come in the last days. So we have amazing details about this hidden doctrine in the very rare text, the sealed book of Enoch. Nevertheless, there had been a plague upon the land which was grievous, for it did actively eat up the flesh upon the skin of those who were afflicted with it. And this also, that it was simply passed from one onto another by the contact of their skin. So not only will this manifest physically on the wicked, but it will be contagious. Another interesting tidbit of prophecy. Now this did first appear in amongst those who were wicked, but as the wicked and the righteous grow together, so did this plague grow among some of the camp of Zion who had left and went in amongst the wicked to free the captive righteous. So interesting indeed. But the thing is, we could actually completely verify this in our Bibles alone. Job 20:15-16 amazingly clears up what we read of in James 3. He has swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them up again, God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps, and the viper's tongue shall slay him. So just something to think about, especially here on YouTube. Those who do devise mischief, whose tongue is like a sharp razor working deceitfully, who love evil more than good, lying rather than righteousness. These plagues will manifest on them physically. So it seems.